For more than 1 year now, one of the pieces of gear that I've used the most is definitely the DJI Mavic Mini 4 Pro, a drone that I've learned to know during this year and to understand his merits and his flaws. Nowadays, in 2025, more than 1 year after his release, is still a good solution? Let's find out in this video. Whether you are shooting outdoor, real estate or construction sites, the ability of using a drone is a very useful plus because it gives more dynamism and a little bit of magic to your videos. And the DJI Mini 4 Pro is a fantastic solution if you are looking for a drone to carry along with other equipment that is light, that is not very bulky, without sacrificing a very good video quality. Which are then the great merits of this type of drone? The DJI Mini series is an authentic revolution because it allows photographers and videographers to be able to shoot aerial videos with a very light and comfortable tool. In many countries, such like Italy, where I am right now, you don't need a license to fly with a drone that weighs less than 250 grams. Of course, you have to follow all the rules that normally people should follow while using drones, but this kind of instrument is extremely good if you want to try to use drones, if you want to start using drones and adding it to your proposals. And it's very comfortable if you have to carry it with camera, lenses and other type of equipment because it's very small and it fits properly in a backpack. On the video side, the quality that the Mini 4 Pro gives us is very good. Although the sensor is not the biggest, the results, the footage that this drone produces is sharp enough to be used in various projects. With this instrument you can record up to 4K 50 or 60 FPS in the log, so using even a flat color profile. This is a fantastic instrument for content creators because it has a function that can flip the camera sensor vertically and is very useful if you are taking shots for YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels or TikTok. The DJI Mini 4 Pro is a powerhouse of technology. There are a lot of functions like the preset movements for your shots or the subject tracking and so on. Personally, I am not a big fan of these presets and functions because I prefer to make the movements and the tracking by myself. I prefer to learn, I have preferred in the past to learn how to use a drone and to make my own movements and my own images. However, for somebody these functions can be useful. This drone is equipped with sensors and an automatic home point returning function. This function is not very precise, so I suggest you to keep an eye on your drone while you make it land. And remember that you have to set the home point before making it fly. Why? Because if you don't do that, the drone will do it automatically, but it can do it while he is flying, so he will set the wrong home point. So switch on the drone, set the home point, then make it fly and then make it return it while looking at it. The sensors work very well, however they are not effective on small objects such as light cable. So be very careful while you are flying and don't trust totally the sensor of this vehicle. It's good that there is this kind of technology in these products, but be careful while you are flying. We'll still have to be very careful. The perfect instrument, you will say. Actually not. It has, like everything, its merits and its flaws. The first one is that the lens is fixed, so if you want a wider shot you have to get far away from your subject, and if you want a narrower shot you have to get close to your subject. This can be seen as a pros if you are learning, like in cameras, for example, with prime lenses, because it will teach you how to move inside your area to get the shot you want. So that's okay, that's can be seen as a pro. However, if you are flying for some time now and you are able to fly, you will start to see it as a limit, because there are some kind of shots, some kind of frames that you can get only with some specific focal lengths. However, this drone can cover the 90% of your projects, the 90% of the shots that you can imagine. So yeah, this is a flaw, but not this big actually. This is not the biggest problem actually, in my opinion. In my personal opinion, the worst point in this drone is the D-log profile. I have to say it clearly, I am not a fan of the D-log profile, because to get a good shot, a smooth shot, speaking about colors, you have to work a lot on the image compared, for example, to a Canon log. I think the D-log is a little bit similar to the Sony log, to the S-Log3, because the colors are very, very green, the colors are very, very particular, and you have to work a little bit more than other color profiles to get a good colored image. So the fact that you can shoot in D-log is very useful if you are shooting maybe at midday or when the light is very, very strong. So yeah, the possibility to shoot in log is a cool thing. However, I am not a fan of the direct result of D-log converted to Rec 709. You still have to work a lot on your clips to get a good grading. Another obvious problem of this tool is that even shooting in Rec 709, if you are shooting in low light situations, the ISO resistance will not be the best, will not be as good as probably the one of your full frame camera, because the sensor that this drone has is very, very small. One solution can be using a denoiser in post-production, and if you still have problem with the noise of this drone, the only solution is to buy a drone with a larger sensor. Personally, I haven't had any big problem with noise, but I haven't had the occasion to shoot during night with this drone. So for all the shots that you can take from the sunrise to the sunset, I haven't had this kind of problem. But according to people I met that have used this drone during night or during evening, low light situations are not this tool's cup of tea. I don't know how it works in your country, but here in Italy, even if you don't need a specific license to fly with a drone that weighs less than 250 grams, you still have to follow all the strict rules that all the other drones have to follow. So it makes it hard to add the drone on your proposal, because in the vast majority of the places you will discover that you can't fly. So yeah, there are some places in which you can fly and you can get very, very good shots, and there are other places in which you need authorization to fly and it's very hard to get it. And I always suggest to follow all the rules. So, in 2025, does it still have sense to buy a drone like this? Now, in the moment while I am recording this video, this is still the best, the latest drones from the Mini series. So, it has sense. It is still a good instrument. It gives you a good video quality. It has very good functions, and it is a very comfortable instrument to carry with you. However, this tool has some flaws, and we should make our decision while knowing that. Because if you want better drones, there are better drones on the market. So this is the best decision in some occasion. And I still think that this is a very, very good instrument for my project, and probably it is also for the projects of some of you. That's it for today. You don't know how difficult it was to record this video. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope it has been useful for you. If so, don't forget to hit the like button, and if you don't want to miss any other content that I will be uploading on this platform, be sure to subscribe and to activate the notification. See you in the next video. Ciao!